Hey guys! Joseph back here again. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I want to give you guys tips for either entering into high school or if you're in high school already, just for making your high school experience a little bit better. Let's get to it. So tip number 1 is sign up for clubs that you think you'd be interested in. I know there are a few schools, at least in my district, where they have these events called club fairs. And club fairs are basically where all the clubs from around the school come together in either the quad or just someplace big. And they really just show everyone at school what they're about. And usually this occurs during lunch. So I just really encourage you to really delve yourself into each and every one of the clubs. Now these clubs were created for a reason. These clubs were created so that people with the same interests could share the same environment together and just provide ideas about a specific topic. I know that at my high school I began a magic club. It was pretty cool. We just talked about magic and how we can influence others and how we can just bring friendship to other people through this art called magic. And I know that at other schools, you can find a group of people that share the same interests as you. And this kind of ties into the next tip. I think the most important thing to pull out of clubs is that these clubs are for people with the same interests. These interests help you connect with both people in the club and people out of the club. The next tip is find your own friend group. Now, one hard thing to accept in high school is that don't be surprised if you drift away from your past friends. I've heard from many people that high school is the time that you really find the people who are your true friends. High school is where you really should be expressing yourself the way that you should want to express yourself. It's through this self-expression and through the many experiences that you have been through, whether it was in elementary school, middle school, and the next events that you're going to be experiencing and creating memories with in high school that shape and form you as a person. Now tip number 3 is maintain a balance between your life and your education and maintaining your grades. Okay, now I need to be honest with you when speaking about this. I wasn't the best student. Let me talk to you guys about the difference between AP classes and regular classes. Let's talk about AP classes first. The perks for AP classes are that in an AP class, a B would be about equivalent to an A in regards to your GPA. And also, these college level classes can count for a college class if you pass the AP test with a 3 or higher. Now the main drawback of AP classes, in my opinion, is the issue of time. Now for AP classes, unless you have like the best time management, you spend really just a lot of time on homework and studying and just doing well in these college level classes. And on the other hand, there are regular classes which can still be difficult but definitely aren't as difficult as those of AP classes. So the issue of time in regular classes isn't as big of a problem because you really just don't get as much homework and you don't have to spend as much time studying on the tests. I know one of the biggest arguments that I had with my dad is whether or not to take these high-level AP classes. In my situation, I had to take the AP classes as a way of satisfying my parents' expectations of me. And in my opinion, they were really hard, and I don't think that I was capable of taking so many AP classes. If I were to go back and change one thing about high school, I would have changed the number of AP classes I took, because these classes were so hard and I probably would have gotten into a really good college just taking regular classes. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to not take AP classes, but my word of advice is probably to just take the AP classes in courses that you enjoy. Courses that you would want to do your homework for, and courses that you possibly could major in the future. When Sammy and I were talking about this, she said, "You know yourself better than anyone else. So take the classes that you know that you can handle, and don't feel pressured to take classes that your friends are taking." Because another big thing in high school is that you need to recognize that your path is different from other people's. But you do you, boo-boo. Another tip would be to put yourself out there and just make mistakes. Now you need to recognize that you're young. and you can afford to make mistakes. Throughout your high school career, you're gonna have so many challenges and just difficulties that you're gonna have to overcome. It's how you choose to overcome these difficulties that make you stronger as a person. All in all, high school can be a scary place, but it's who you surround yourself with and how you choose to go about your journey that make it fun and that shape you as a person. I just wanted to talk about what was on my mind and what was on my heart as I was going through this journey too. So I hope you found these helpful, and until the next one, I'll see you guys later.